Hi, I'm your kid critic Jack Mooney, and today I'm counting on the worst movies of 2016. I remember last year when I made my worst movies of 2015, it was actually really hard to put all the movies together because there was a lot of good movies last year, definitely more good than bad. But this year I would say that there's more bad movies than good, which made it very difficult to see which were the worst of the films that came out this year. My number 5 worst movie of the year might surprise a lot of you, and that's Don't Breathe. I remember when I went into this movie, I had a lot of high expectations, and I thought it was going to be a really good horror film because throughout the year, The Conjuring 2, 10 Cloverfield Lane, and even Lights Out, I was all very impressed with all those. And Don't Breathe had good reviews too, but it was laughable, it was disgusting, and I just hated it. It was a huge stink pile. Don't see it. That's a case where, I usually trust the critics and don't trust them this time. Don't Breathe is an awful movie. My number 4 worst movie of the year is going to have to be The BFG. I remember I was also really looking forward to this one. I think it was also on my most anticipated movie for the year list. And man, this is a really bad movie. It's from my favorite director too, Steven Spielberg. I thought he could never make a bad movie, and here it is, The BFG. I really can't say much than that. It's so bad. Once again, it's laughable. I didn't really like the CGI. I tried to sleep during it, and it relies too much on fart jokes and really immature behavior, and I expected more out of the filmmakers behind this. It's just a really terrible movie. My number 3 worst movie of the year, I actually expected to be bad, and that's Zoolander II. This is the worst comedy I saw all year. It's not even funny. And it's actually really embarrassing for the actors and actresses behind it. It's just so bad. I wanted to leave the theater during it, and I didn't even really like the first Zoolander. I didn't really find that funny too, but Zoolander 2, it may be the worst comedy I've seen of all time. It's really bad. These next 2 movies, I had a tough time deciding which one should be number 2 and which one should be number 1. But eventually I decided that my number 2 worst movie of the year should be Criminal. You probably actually haven't heard of this movie, and it was a thriller with Kevin Costner and Tommy Lee Jones and Gary Oldman that came out in mid-April. Yeah, it has a really good cast, and I thought it was going to be a nice spy movie, but it was actually really bad. I would call it a comedy, actually, but one of the lines in the movie was "Give Jericho his lunch." And the lines, they're predictable, they're laugh-out-loud funny. And if you thought Kevin Costner, sank his career with, the Man of Steel, Batman vs. Superman, all the other trash movies he did, this one is his worst to date. Don't see it, and if you do, it's the funniest movie of the year. There's only one movie this year that I gave an F, and that is Independence Day Resurgence. This is the worst fucking movie I have seen in my life. It is laughable. The action is terrible. The CGI is awful. I don't know what could get any worse. It's just, I don't know what they were doing. I hated this movie. I don't even know why it came out. It was very unnecessary. Whatever you do, don't waste your money with this. It really is the worst movie of the year and my least favorite movie of all time.